You're heading into the Louisville game undefeated. You held one of the best scoring teams in college basketball to 7 points in the first half. At what point in your mind do you start thinking you could be in the middle of something historic this season?
I'm day to day. I'm in a grind, and I'm staying in the moment. The one thing I'm doing is really enjoying these guys. We can all talk about defense and blocking shots and playing hard, but you got 10 guys, 11 guys sharing minutes. You have 2 point guards that are 2 of the best point guards in the country, both of them, and sharing minutes. You have big guys, Karl Towns and Dakari Johnson, sharing minutes. You have Willie, one of the best big guys in the country, sharing minutes with Marcus Lee. You got Aaron Harrison, who's really good. And then you got Devin sharing minutes. That's the story. And I would say to all of you, if it were your son and he had pro potential and he was on that board to be drafted, would you be okay with him playing 20 minutes? I mean, we got a great group of parents that accept and trust that we have their sons back, and we got a great group of kids. I mean, that's the story. I mean, we're playing today. We played 11, but I mean, no one played more than 23 minutes. Andrew and Aaron played 23 minutes. No one else did. That was it. Everybody else played 18 to 20 minutes.
Front row, left side.
John, after the Kansas game, the first thing you said was, we're not that good. What about, are you guys this good?
Well, this game, the way we started, we haven't always done that. And that's why these two kept saying about energy. I thought Andrew Harrison was unbelievable. I mean, he did stuff flying up and down the court. He had 8 assists. He could have had 2 others that were kind of dropped. And he could have had a 10-assist game in 23 minutes. What? Missed a couple shots. And I keep telling him, quit playing to get fouled, score. You can get 10, 12 points in the time you're playing and get assists. And then it's Tyler's different. He's just a different kind of point guard. But see, I've been in there where there are times where a smaller point guard, you just can't leave him in the game if you're trying to win at the highest level. Late in the game, they got a 6'3" point guard that can just score over him, then he couldn't be in at that point. But I'll tell you this, he makes a difference in the game, just pressuring the ball, sprinting it up the court. I had to get on him. I said, score the ball in the second half. Shoot the ball and score. Because he's getting away from that, and that makes him even better as a player.
Teddy on the left side.
Coach, any sympathy for the other side in a game like this, and what'd you tell Alfred after the game?
Again, I just said that's our good game right there. That's as good as we go, and I told Steve that. And to be honest with you, I think we're both worried about coaching our own teams. And I didn't look at the score. Like in the first half, I did not know what the score was. I knew it was pretty good, but I did not look. To be honest, I couldn't find it in the arena. I didn't know where it was. And, you know, the second half, I glanced up there one time because they said it's over there in the end zone. That's up there, which is fine. And that's the best way to coach if you don't have to look at that scoreboard. You're just looking at your team. But we've got things, believe me. Karl Towns, he's got to be better. And he's better, 10 rebounds, but he's still a scorer. But you can't run plays to score for him because they double team. Then you're a passer. So that means you got to fight down the court and create position so we can throw it to you early so they can't double team. And there are things that we're, you know, Dakari the same thing. There, you know, Marcus Lee has got to be more focused. I thought Trey Lyles was great today too. That he played a great ball game. And Trey's playing guards. Here's a 6'10" center in high school playing guards. And then Willie's 7 foot, and all of a sudden you're a 6'3" guard, and you're like, why are you on me? And he can guard him. See, I think Marcus Lee could do it. He's just not as confident or focused as Willie right now.
Cal, you said a few games back that this team could, if it wants to be a defensive team for the ages. At halftime, you guys were on pace for NCAA records for points allowed and field goal percentage. Have they truly bought into that idea? And do you think this is an all-time defensive team?
Well, I don't know. We're going to let this thing play out. I can tell you again, we gave up 20 offensive rebounds. We are the worst defensive rebounding tall team in the history of basketball. We give up too many offensive rebounds, and it's going to cost you. This team missed a lot of shots, a lot of open shots. And after they settled down, they made those shots in the second half. As we go forward, we got one thing. How do we continue, and let's make this world-class? How do we become that world-class team? And it's real simple. One, you have few errors, and you have no unforced errors. That's what a world-class team is about. The second thing a world-class team is about, they absolutely enjoy even the tough times. They enjoy playing. You know, we're trying to build something here to say, you're going out playing against yourself, and you hear these kids talking about it. World-class teams play against themselves. They don't play against the opponent. And so if we're to be that, but please don't compare us to teams in college that have 3 Hall of Famers on their teams. Like real Hall of Fame, like Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame. 3 and 4, and don't compare us to them. What we are playing the way we're playing is a high-energy team for 40 minutes, but it's not a helter-skelter. See, in my opinion, 40 minutes of helter-skelter doesn't teach the kids how to play to prepare them for that next, where they're trying to go. How do you play pick and roll? How do you play your man? How do you stop straight-line drives? How do you dig off the weak side? We're not just going to scramble and trap and run, and then all of a sudden we're playing a game, but, you know, so we are playing aggressive and we're playing fast, but we're trying to make sure. Loved it. We set up some stuff for Dakari and Willie to shoot jumpers. Walking out of, I said, let them shoot that elbow shot, Dakari, because he can make it. Here's a kid that's in the gym every night working on that. Why shouldn't I let him do that? Why shouldn't people know that he can do it? These kids are spending extra time at night on their own with the coaches. I mean, they deserve all these good things. But more important, you think of the kind of kids they are that they're sharing these minutes. It's hard now. You know, everybody, and then they're being compared. Well, he's not that good. How about this statement? You ready? This statement. He's not going to get the numbers to be the best player in the country. Was that your hope or your opinion? See, people can watch these guys in 20 minutes and know how really good they are. They don't need 40 minutes, and these kids are great. I mean, we're a really good team with a bunch of guys, 10 guys that all can score double figures.
Back row, right side.
With playing 11 guys like that, going into the season, that had to be a big concern of yours, just how the players and like their families would handle it. When did you become convinced that wouldn't be a problem? Well,
we went to the Bahamas, and it worked. And that's why we went to the Bahamas, and we played professional teams, older teams, professional. We didn't play the normal team that you're going to beat by 100. We wanted to know against good teams would it work. And everybody ate, if you know what I'm saying. Everybody felt full. And then I knew. Jay Billis gave a great talk about the clutter, that the media will try to break you down. They're going to evaluate one against another. They'll really promote one guy to try to separate the team and make the other guy out to be a schmo. I got no schmoes on this team. And he went through what would happen. We call it clutter. You know, the clutter of what's going on around. They also have to hear clutter that's close to them. And they got to withstand it all. And they are. I mean, I think the story is how good are these kids and how strong are these families and how trusting they are. Willie said it after Kentucky, or the Kansas game. He came in and said, we trust the coaches and we trust each other. That's what this is. It's a group of kids that trust. Now, it doesn't mean we're not going to get dinged. It doesn't mean that there's something. But if a group's, I'm not married to platoons, folks. I'm not. I'm doing it because it's the best thing for the players. I've never done this in my life. I've never coached this way. I'll tell you the truth, I kind of like it. I don't have to worry about subbing. Like, think about taking that off a coach's plate. I don't have to worry about subbing. You're going in 2 minutes. And if, like Marcus Lee, you don't get a rebound, you don't block out, things that we worked on, you're out. That's an easy one. But I don't have to worry about who's tired, who's not. But will I ever do this again? I doubt it. I'll go right back to the 7, 6, 8 guys that I'll have next year. That's what we'll have, and we'll play that. But this has been, I'm enjoying this. There's nothing that anybody's going to say or do to get me not. I wake up every morning. If we don't practice, I get antsy. And I'm sending them emails and texts. I can't wait to, they're like, oh, please, Coach, stop.
We'll take one final question on the left side.
Coach, over here. It seems like, you know, the bigger the stage, the better your guys have been. How much have they embraced these really big settings and you know, playing these names?
Well, the veterans, you know how well Andrew played, how well Aaron played in the NCAA tournament. You think about the veterans and how they played. They're kind of dragging all these young kids. But my young kids are really, Tyler, Devin, Trey, and Carl, are real. I'll take mine, you take yours. I like mine. They're really good, but they also have these veterans that are there for them. But each of them are feeding each other. Each group is feeding the other. Like they said, when that first group starts like that and they can go in and just run it right down too, we're really good. We haven't, listen, we were down 11-0 to Columbia. No, like it was going to go 15-0. It was 11-0 to Columbia. We were down 5 to Buffalo at halftime. We were down to Boston U at half. I mean, they're not machines and they're not computers. They don't play great every time out.